A who's who on the G commercial for the Super Bowl, and Gordon is now joining us here on this Thursday morning. Good morning, G, and that had to be a cool experience. I know you've done a ton of commercials. How did that one stick out?
Yeah, it really did. It's been a while since I've been around a group of athletes, kind of almost in a locker room setting, and watching how they interact and in their own language and lingo, and that's kind of where Bet came from. Kayshawn, he says that about 60-70% of his vocabulary to any question you ask him is bet. And I'm like, all right, we got to put that in the commercial, Kayshawn. I got to put that up on a billboard with you. I'm just going to have a lot of fun with that. So it was a lot of fun, it really was.
What's the last couple of weeks been like? You got the deals done, and now they're representing the firm.
Yeah.
How has this part of the process gone? Because it's all new. Everything's new.
Yeah, it is. And, the hardest part of this process is their deliverables, what you call it. They have to do. They have to do a post. They have to do an appearance, whatever it's going to be. But just tracking all that amongst the number of athletes that we have now signed across the different sports, and just trying to stay on top of that. And most of them are very excited, and they're happy to post, and they do it. Sometimes they forget, and you have to remind them, hey, you got to post due this week. Yeah. So it's been a lot of fun. But I had to hire a little marketing intern out from LSU. Her name's Maggie, and she just loves sports and loves all this and is doing a really good job with it.
It all started with Alexis Morris, and they're coming down the stretch here, and it looks like they're going to finish the season on a high. How is that relationship going?
Oh, she is top notch. I mean, I just can't tell you how classy of a young lady she is. And we have a little thing we'll be rolling out this weekend for the Florida game, a little excitement for the whole team, and that'll be announced in the next few days. Something Alexis had a little idea for, and I said, sure, why not? Let's do it. So kind of a deal for the team, so to speak, because they've done just great this year. It's exciting to follow them.
Yeah. How much is that part of the process? How much are they bringing you ideas? You're usually the centerpiece of the ideas in the rooms that you sit in. How's it bringing ideas being brought to you?
Jesus.
Look, young people are creative, right? And they have lots of energy, and they come up with things. So, yeah, they definitely are shooting ideas. I'm still getting lots of unsolicited emails and calls from different players now around the state, different universities. Still a lot of LSU kids are reaching out, trying to do deals, and we're just vetting them. We did the other two with the baseball players. We'll probably hopefully do another couple baseball players. I think there's a lot of excitement in that program right now. Jay Johnson is going to be, I think, a wonderful coach from everybody I talked to. So lots more coming.
I was at the basketball game last night, and a guy next to me sat down and was asking me about you and NIL and how it was going, and asking me about some of the things that I had heard about some of the players and what the recruiting stuff was going like. And he wondered, just like I have to you a couple of times during these interviews, and you've been pretty transparent about it. How much is your business model changing?
Yeah, it is. I mean, I think I'd said this before, that I didn't plan for NIL in my 2022 advertising budget. Like most companies, you get together towards the end of the year, you plot out your budget. And this is now a multi-$100,000 investment for me for the year. We'll probably approach $500,000 on NIL once it's all said and done, from the different universities and different athletes and things like that. So it's something we're going to try strong for a couple of years and see what benefits we get, but we know it's going to benefit the university and the student athletes. So we're happy to do that. But you got to look at it as a business model. But I do think it's helping us with some goodwill, and people otherwise may not think of us in a certain aspect, maybe thinking of us a little differently. And, that's a good thing.
Kay Doty and Trey Morgan inked their deals with G earlier this week as a part of the LSU baseball's team and NIL going on. What needs to be done to be more relevant when recruiting cycles in for high school players, in your opinion?
Yeah, well, hopefully we can get the state law changed, and if TAF wants to be a part, or the University of Louisiana Booster Club wants to be a part, or something like that, and to help organize to some degree. Right now they can't. That would be a big help, because right now I think a lot of people are still sitting on the sidelines because they may have a board of directors and they don't know how to do it. But if they had TAF or somebody like that out front that they could clear it with, so to speak, I think you'd see more involvement. We're still we're a lot light on people coming to help in this space.
Gordon McKernan, Get It Done, the law firm. You see it right there on I-10 off of the College Drive exit, but really spearheading what's going on with NIL stuff down here at LSU, and really looking out for the student athletes and looking out for the university, man. It feels what was that? What was that? They get together on campus. We had Jay Johnson in earlier this week. He was a part of the panel. I know Brian Kelly led off the speaking, and even Scott Woodward was a featured speaker that night. And it was a jam packed room. What was that room like for your point of view?
Yeah, I think it was a good room. It had a lot of business minded people, a lot of civic minded people, and a lot of sports minded people. So I think you're bringing those three groups together and trying to raise the profile of what they could do with NIL deals and with the student athletes and start to give ideas and how to be creative in it. And I think it was a good thing that you have to do something like that to get the ball rolling. And now you just have to keep pushing that ball down the hill. It just takes a little bit of time and momentum.
Are you directing? Are you directing anyone who wants to help and get involved? Is there a way for them to influence?
Yeah, anybody welcome to call me, email me, Gordon@getgordon.com, or the various phone numbers around the state. Happy to help and direct. I've already done that with several people and several business, mainly small mom and pop shops. Nothing big. How do I do it? What should I do? I send them a copy of my contract. Any of my information I can share with anybody. That contract got paid for by a lawyer.
Ah, there she is. There she is.
Penny. That's the Santa thief. Get him, Penny.
That's little Penny. Yeah, Penny's a little superstar herself.
Yeah, she is. Sign her up. She sounds like a diva this morning.
I know. Oh, is she a diva? She's a billboard diva.
She
is.
So she went in that commercial.
The dog sits by me in the morning when I answer my emails, so that's what she's doing. But yeah, so it was a good thing.
Yeah. As always, a lot of love for G inside of our chat, but people do want an update on Santa. Did you track down Santa?
No, the interesting thing, two things when that happened. So people didn't know that last year we had Rudolph stolen.
Unreal.
At one of my offices, right? So we got a tip that Santa was supposedly at this house. Officers went there with a search warrant, and they didn't find Santa, but they found our Rudolph from last year.
No way.
So we did get that Rudolph back, so that was good.
Anybody
did not find that.
Anybody call that in for the reward?
Oh, there were people claiming. We did end up paying someone some gift certificates for helping out on that deal, but
nice.
It was a good thing. We ended up giving the $5,000 to a local charity, so that was good. They benefited from it.
Doing great work. Thank you as always for what you do, man. See you.
All right, guys. Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. There is Gordon McKernan. Get it done with G as he is heading up NIL for LSU, man. He's doing great work for LSU.